Welcome back. This is Tech Talk. I'm your boy Snake.
I'm Mingo D.
You know, if you leave that unmuted, you'll be able to get quicker to that. And we got a special guest in the house.
Cool.
The Barker. Just Cole.
Yeah.
Call him JC.
JC.
Just Cole. Again, Ethan, we still out of the mix for the time being. We're just going to keep filling in. The Hammer can't join us. He's still with his wife out. They're setting up for their business and stuff. So yeah, we got some tech talk for this evening. Which one of y'all want to go first? I can go first.
Yeah.
So all I wanted to talk about wasn't nothing major. I just wanted to go over the SpaceX landing. They actually landed, stuck the landing this time. The previous ones, they overcorrected, just different errors and a lot of explosions. So, but they did actually stick the landing this time. But
still blew up.
Moments later, it blew up still. So they still got some things to, tweak, but they're getting a lot closer. It actually landed this time. So
yeah, just like when they're testing airplanes and everything else, like most of them end up blowing up. So crashing, bugs. I mean, you're talking about probably one of the coolest things that we've ever seen is when, he's already had 2 of his rockets land, eject, and they come back and they land. I mean, that's, everything we see out of the movies is happening. So
yeah,
and it's Elon.
Yeah, like Elon, I swear, like he can get everything. Like I think anything that we can coming up with, like he can pretty much just fucking do it. Like
yeah.
Well,
we're at a technology. Back in the 70s, or heck, back when the original Nikola Tesla, who ended up making sustaining energy with the tech he had back then, imagine if he was today. And I think maybe Elon is him today,
I wish that Elon would actually get his freaking his technology and actually redo it. Like he, back when Nikola Tesla was going, he needed somebody to fund him to do his stuff.
Yeah.
And which was messed up of what happened with him because was it the Chase Bank,
JP Morgan
actually funded him, but as soon as all that was done, they shut it down and dismantled his tower and everything. They screwed him over. It sucked. But Elon Musk don't need no funding. He can fund it himself.
Yeah, Elon is rich enough to where he could fund all that stuff, but there's that still when you start tampering with things, especially something like power.
Yeah.
I'm talking like electricity. I'm talking about oil. I'm talking about, there was a guy who back in the 70s made a vehicle that could run strictly on water.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, listen, we could do this and it's easy, and now that they've, started doing electric vehicles and stuff like that, but, to take oil out of now listen, as far as oil goes, I know it's, taboo and this and that because of fossil fuels and stuff like that, but everything we deal with has petroleum in it. These things that we're looking at, the video games that we play, the vehicles we drive, like everything that, your iPhones, everything is petroleum based.
Yeah.
And, we can't just say, oh, get rid of this, but on that sector, as far as like vehicles and stuff like that, Elon's proved that can go electric. It's another argument with the ion batteries and stuff like that. But I think we're getting to that point now where everybody's mind isn't so in the rabbit hole. And Elon also just came out and said that he believes in by 2030 that he said before then, but actually where it's in everyday life, that we're going to have vehicles that are hovering at least 3 feet off the ground. He said that in his last interview. He goes, and Joe was like, he goes, so you think that could happen? He goes, oh, it's going to happen. So, I mean, the Jetsons are coming. So
I hope, man. Like I don't know. Like it's like I feel like everybody's like super freaking touchy. Like they get scared about the situation. Like when somebody brings up, like for instance, like having the car that's runs off of water. Like, oh, you're just gonna take my stuff. Like they jump to this conclusion, like that we're saying to stop using it altogether. That's not what. That's not. We still need it to function on stuff, but we're just saying we don't need it for this. Like,
but you're asking.
I do understand it does take a major hit.
Yeah.
But you can repurpose. Like, if you're not using it all for this, like you can use it for. We have more abundance. Like,
but there's also with everything there's cause and effect, and anything that you mess with, good intentions or not, there's going to be a negative effect somewhere. That has to be just accepted, that the fact that rarely does something change and it don't affect something negatively, whether it be people, the world, the ecosystem, or whatever. There's many things that change brings, and may be for the greater good, but in the short term it could be pretty disastrous for people. And that's to tell somebody, hey, listen, your kids are going to be living awesome, but your life's going to suck by these changes. And people are like, well, wait, I'm only here once. I don't want to go through your change and torture and whatever, but I'm saying that happens with everything. But again, it's just cause and effect. One thing changes, it affects something else. And the cool thing about it is, I think Elon is a type of person that I think when he changes things, I think it can have little effect on most people, because he is like everybody else. He loves doing everything that we want to do. He's not political at all. Well, follow his Twitter, follow his all this stuff. He's like, screw that crap. I mean, he just came out and said he thinks education is a joke. Not being smart and intelligent, but he says college is a scam.
Yeah.
He said just because you have a bachelor's degree don't mean you're not an idiot.
I believe it. Like, you're doing all that time for a piece of paper. That
is nowhere near as valued as it once was.
Yeah, like it's like it. I understand. Like, I mean, it puts you. The way I feel like it does put you around like-minded people, and that are out basically doing this, trying to get better in life. And learning is really key to everything. But at the same time, you could go to school and learn stuff that when you get out, like, you don't never use. Like, I mean, like I feel like it's better if you go for a trade and learn that skill, the skills and trades for that job or that skill to use, opposed to, cramming in the books and studying stuff. Like, you could actually be physically doing stuff.
I think 8 out of 10 people who probably attend college shouldn't go to college. And it's not saying that they're not smart enough. It's just saying that, most people don't have the discipline and the willpower to sit through another 4 to 6 years of education, when most of the time it's about partying, most of the time it's about this and that, and then you're walking out of school with $60,000 to $100,000 worth of debt. And blame who you want. You need to kind of take blame on yourself, because if you're not going there to pursue higher ed and get that degree and then go somewhere with it, that debt's on you. You know what I mean? I think most people, you know, could do a trade skill or go into some, you know, just a small community college to get a tech degree, to get, you know what I mean? And, you know, I think education is going to change a little bit, especially with the Zoom thing hitting all the time. And I think more people are going to be able to pursue stuff at a far less, you know, cheaper expense, because it's just going to be a Zoom meeting. You know, you're not having to pay for room and board, not have to pay for this and that. As bad as COVID was, there's a lot of positives that happened about it too, you know. And I know that's hard to see because, you know, we're in Texas, we're not up north and this and that, where everything, a lot of places are still completely shut down. Think about it. We never, you know, we had a few months where we got really impacted. The rest of the time we didn't, man. And then you got people in California and stuff like that who lost everything.
Yeah.
It's still not allowed to open up. And I think what that did though too was it did, you know, the more intellectual people was like, hey, we can still keep things going. We're going to use Zoom. We're going to, you know, so tech is the future, and more of this is, I think, going to be the norm.
Yeah, and that's one thing I want to, going back to Elon, that's one thing that I think is really great about him and about like this whole, the Zoom and the whole tech revolution thing, is because it's also, with guys like Elon, is also showing that, okay, if you learn how to be an entrepreneur, if you pocket your own money, I mean, well, you use your own money and, you know, and use that to, you know, advance your own projects. And then you can say, hey, this is why we can create these, you know, energy-based this or tech-based this. And then people could say, okay, like you just said earlier, I see the cause. I see the effect doesn't have that much of effect. You're explaining it to me. I see where I can still make some money here and still help my family and still have this and that, and how I won't, because, you know, I know one of the big things is like, as far as like oil and energy is one of the things that's really money. Like, what's going to happen if everything just does a big shift or a big change, like in California? Like,
well, listen,
you know, so
let's talk about, you know, let's dive in a little bit on cryptocurrency. You know, that the Dallas Mavericks have just now allowed you to pay in Dogecoin. Okay, Dogecoin is going about 5 cents a coin, and it's projected to go a lot higher. But, you know, the dollar, guys, listen, Zimbabwe, remember Zimbabwe. That's all I'm going to say. The amount of money that we keep printing, inflation is about to just wreck us, okay? Whether that's planned or not, who knows? But I think we're going to go to kind of like a digital currency. It's probably going to be global. And that's not even no conspiracy stuff. That's just where everything's heading. You got Bitcoin at $50,000 a coin. So once you start getting rid of that paper currency, and there's this shift, you know what I mean? I mean, how big of Star Trek fans are you guys? A little bit. Do you remember the credits they used to have?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a digital currency that they were taught back in the freaking 80s.
Bro, like everything, Star Trek leads the way for tech.
Yeah.
Around every corner. Anything you pick up, tablets, phones, started on Star Trek.
Not once in the original Star Trek did they ever have a data pad. They were making fun of that. Elon Musk he goes, you know, with all the tech they had, he goes, they were still flipping the thing up saying, hey, he goes, there was no.
Well, I mean, the
original, in Next Generation there was, but in the original, they didn't have that.
Yeah, the communicators, I mean.
The communicators.
Like,
it was the
like whenever, like, they had, like, the tablets, the touch screens, everything, like the tablets that turned in all their work on, like, it all, like, the sliding doors, like, everything, like, you can literally get everything that we use and point it out on Star Trek. That was back when they didn't even have it. I mean,
makes you wonder though.
Nuts.
It makes you wonder, like, how. because in CIA docs and all that stuff, they said anything you've seen in Star Trek and Star Wars, we've already done.
Yeah. What's even mind blowing is though that for the spaceships in Star Trek and they have to have the actual blueprint for the ships before they have the blueprint.
Yeah,
from
they actually built the ship when they were making the thing. They actually they did all that.
They have the blueprints from head to starship, like the entire thing on every ship you see. They have a blueprint for it.
Yep.
Isn't that how it always supposed to be though? It's supposed to be like the CIA or the military. They always get the stuff. They have to test it and get the stuff first, and then if it's able to go to consumer, then they'll send it. If not, then they just either put it in the back or they just leave it only for military.
Right.
I thought that's how it always.
Can I say one thing? You still have not changed your freaking fire detector. How?
No, that's
happening.
That's the.
How is it happening?
That is the tech siren. Siren tech.
Like you can't even,
that's the tech sound of beauty now.
And you sleep through it. You sleep through it. And this has been going on for over a month, 2 months.
No, since he's been there. Like, how long you been there?
I've been here.
How long?
2.5, almost 3 years.
Years.
Yeah.
Since he's been there.
I don't hear it unless you guys mention it. Then I hear, I'm like, oh yeah. I don't. It's kind of
It's
or
just
if I call my son and then he's here, I'm like, oh, that's what that sounds like. Otherwise,
every
I don't.
30 seconds.
Yeah. And you shouldn't know that. You shouldn't know that. You shouldn't know that.
I know it because I hate it so much.
That's tech for you, people. Tech.
If mine goes off within a minute, I'm changing that bitch because it's so loud.
They have this. The way they have something on it where it's set up to where I thought about maybe pulling it, and I was just like they done it on purpose.
Literally, I could go over there. I could go to your house right now and take that bitch off. Like, I could.
Yeah. But they got this thing on it to where they say if you mess with it, so I'm just like,
I used to, like, in my apartments, I took that off.
Have you not called your landlord and said, hey, my fire alarms are out? Because he's probably going to say, change the effing battery.
Well, no, they said no. He told them, and they said, "Oh, this is what it does."
Yeah.
That's what
I have new management now, so maybe I can try checking with the new management, but we'll see.
Yeah, it should not be beeping like that.
Hell no.
For 2 years, after 2 years, you would think the battery would have already died and like it wouldn't be beeping anymore at all.
I don't know.
So the Mars rover, did y'all see it land on Mars? Guys, did you like it? Yeah. I thought that was interesting. It actually landed on Mars and got pictures. So
at the end of the day, like nobody's gonna believe it's real.
That is true. Nobody believes that it's actually landed on Mars because it looks like it's in Arizona. And plus, people already started, they said this is what Mars looks like in the sky, and it don't. That was all fabricated. It is kind of mind-blowing how far we've come technology-wise, how far, if you pay any attention to our aircraft, the F-22, the F-35, the technology in those aircraft, they're stealth. You can't see them. They fly at supersonic speeds. They have weapons that will blow your mind. I mean, back in the 60s, I think they had the SR-71, which was the fastest. It flew from coast to coast in an hour and a half. I mean, it seems very strange that we've never been back to the moon.
Yeah.
It seems very strange that the guys who've been to the moon in their older age never really talked about it and were kind of insulted when you brought it up because it's almost like their unconscious was, when we went to the moon, it was all about racing Russia there, right? And there's a lot of evidence to say that maybe we didn't. I mean, that's conspiracy crap right there. But
Yeah.
it just blows your mind a little bit, because if we done it, we have more tech in this than they did in their entire spacecraft. How is it like a moon landing isn't on the regular? How is it we haven't got a moon base up there where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you realize what type of structures we build here on Earth?
Yeah.
What type of massive monuments that we've been able to do, and we can't put a freaking a tiny home on the moon. I mean, Elon Musk put a Tesla in space.
Yeah. I don't understand how. One thing, another. I always wondered, like, why do we have to have a rocket? First off, like, I understand back then, but why do we have to literally every time when they go to out in space, it has to be a rocket that push all this to go up? Like when you just said, with the ships we have that can go coast to coast in an hour, you could literally. Why can't they do like they had it to where they had a space shuttle strapped to the back of the
plane?
The B.
It was Virgin Atlantic was doing it, right?
Yeah, and then it just
when he had
and
then it would take off, and it was supposed to go up.
Like, why can't they go
into orbit
at an incline? Like just keep going up and up and up, and then like roll out. But I'm not a scientist.
Listen,
so
real quick, I want to mention Cole's shirt, because Cole has a wing shirt on, and we're talking about planes and so just look at his shirt. Good job, guys.
I'm not a flat Earth guy at all. I mean, I think that's kind of crazy, but they make a compelling argument that each spaceship goes like this, and then it, what I mean?
They think that like there's a lot. Oh,
they think that there's an ice wall, basically Game of Thrones and all the way.
The flat earthers, like, I swear, like, will blow your mind of the stupidity and things that they think and say. Like they say that they think that there's a firmament.
Yeah.
That's over that we can't get through.
Yeah.
Like literally, like,
if you're a flat earther, comment below.
Everything that they say literally gets debunked on a constant basis. Like everything that we have, like, can be proven as far as how the Earth is round. Like you can literally prove, like, distance you can travel, the way you travel, like you can actually prove.
You see the curvature.
Like they haven't. We can actually make a working model of an Earth and be able to predict where certain things are going to go, the how the sun moves, how the sun can be seen on from different parts of the planet at the same time. The star systems at the same. Like they haven't made a working model of what they think the flat Earth is and how it rotates. Like, but like, I mean, they, as far as flat Earth is concerned, the whole COVID thing has especially been stressful for them.
Yeah.
Like they fear that social distancing measures could push people over the edge.
Yeah.
I bet they're.
Was that your joke? Was that your joke?
I bet they're excited about flattening the curve, though.
Oh my God. I can't. I hate you so much.
I was trying to get it out. You kept interrupting me, sir.
Shut it down. I
hate you so much.
Yes, I was trying to fit that joke in there somewhere. You kept throwing me some good.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
But anyway, you don't have anything else to say? Let's
end it there.
Yeah, we'll end it there before we fall off that curve. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming out, hanging out with us. We'll probably talk some more, but remember, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. Remember to share. go to YouTube, Facebook, and like us on there. Remember to comment, get involved with us. We'd love to talk. I want to get some more people on the show to communicate with.
Especially you flat earthers.
Bring a flat earther on here. I swear, I want to talk to. I want to know what the fuck. Anyway, if a friend of mine is a flat earther, please tell me. I'm blown away, like how you think these things. But that is all. Remember, stay nerdy, stay learning. Goodbye.
Talk nerdy to me. Get nerdy with me.